Hi, my lovely Libras, and those who have found their way here. Welcome, everyone. This is going to be for mid December 2020. But time is fluid, so whenever you find it or it finds you is the perfect time. So, what we're going to do, we're going to use our major arcanas. We're going to take 3 cards from it. We're going to take a card for love, a card for your career or money, and a card for love. And then we'll take the Universal Tarot and take 3 off each one. Let them read individually, and then we'll read it together, which is what it always does. It ends up coming together no matter what. Okay. Let me say happy holidays to everyone. This holiday is going to be different, but we'll get through it, right? We'll get through this period. Okay, we're looking for love, career / money, this is a set of, or a deck of major arcanas, only major arcanas. I don't know, I can't remember the name of them. I'm thinking the True Tarot, but I don't know, because they no longer have the box. And I can't remember if I split them up or the deck, or they were split, because I don't have a lot of my stuff yet. Alright, we have the Devil under your career sector, card Capricorn. I just did Aquarius as reading, and Devil was in theirs. We have Justice. Look at that. There's your card. Oh, that goes down here. And let's just go ahead and turn over the card for love. We have the Emperor in reverse. Interesting. The Emperor was just in Aquarius's reading in the life sector, so some of you may want to check out that energy. We have an Aquarius in reverse. Card of Aries. We'll see why. We'll see why he's in reverse. Okay, keep going. And we need one more. Fortune. We have the 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. That's a great energy. I like seeing that. I feel like, Prince of Swords underneath that. Some of you, it's like, you're living more in your own authentic skin. You're probably learning more about who you are. All that you are. Let's put it that way. And it shows, right? It shows for you. Also, the energy of your neighbor. Scorpio. Okay, let's flip over the cards. So we have the Hangman. We have the 9 of Swords. So I'm glad to see the Hangman here, because I feel like the 9 of Swords is energy that I want to look at before I do anything, right? This is the energy of, first of all, it's the energy of unnecessary worry. I could be running something through my head over and over and over and over and over again. But I feel like ultimately it's about maybe cutting the ties to that energy, and it may be that way of thinking. We'll see, but I don't mind seeing the Hangman before that energy. Almost like, I'm going to seek the wisdom of why, right? The 9 is about reflection. So I want to reflect over why does this unnecessary worry exist, and, can I eliminate it? It can turn into depression. Many times it's based on um, what's going on with other people in your life, or, that type of thing. Anyway, I feel like, sometimes we have to give up control of something. We have the Three of Cups and we have the High Priestess, both in reverse. Hmm, well, I almost feel like saying, how can there be joy, which is really what the Three of Cups represents, if I'm in the energy of the Nine of Swords? How can I feel my intuition if I'm in the energy of the Nine of Swords? So this Nine of Swords, looking at it, is going to be important for us to really, so we can eliminate it, get it out of your life type of thing. Let's keep going. Let's turn the rest of the cards over. We have, what do we have? We have the Six of Wands, energy of victory, being persuasive. We have the Two of Swords right above that Nine of Swords. So, some of you, it may be about making a decision, and this is certainly being in one's head. Huh. Okay, keep going. Oh, Ace of Wands. Ho, ho, ho. So, here's the potential. And that's the Ace of Wands, which is about, first of all, am I going to reach out and grab that ace? Or am I not? I feel like even, how do I get to that point? It all starts with the Nine of Swords. And I feel like the Hangman is like your higher self, or your guides protecting you, so to speak, from yourself, so to speak, right? So to speak. I know it's outside type of energy that then exists within my head, um, but nonetheless, I feel like there is a decision that needs to be made. She's leaning this way versus that ace, because she's carrying that Nine of Swords energy. I mean, there's a reason. Don't get me wrong. But we got to figure out why we want to carry that. Might have something to do with this Emperor in reverse up here. We have the Sun. Beautiful. That's a card of Leo. Major Arcana. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So there was probably a split from this one-time Emperor. And then we have the Fool. Hello. Hello. First of all, let me just say, if the Fool is offered the Ace of Wands, the Fool's going to take it. The Fool's not going to allow themselves to be in the Two of Swords or the Nine of Swords energy. Why? Because in the Fool energy, I am starting fresh. It's like a fresh start. It's showing, the Five of Pentacles is there. So it is showing probably a split at one time. It's kind of like, okay, so it lets us see what you're basing your decision from, like what carries a lot of weight in your decision making. It is showing that it was a previous tower, let's say, something that forced your hand, something that gave you no choice, whether that was someone broke something off with you, that type of thing, whatever it is. That's how I'm basing my decisions now. The Fool's looking head on at that energy, like, no. I feel like with the Sun here, what I feel like is some of you, like, this is your hometown, or this is like maybe someone from your home. Like, I'm feeling like this sense of roots, but in where I'm at. So I don't know what that means for some, and I do feel like for some it may have like forced you out of there or set you in a new direction. It did put you, and this is regarding relationship clearly. Probably this Emperor, and the Emperor could be someone that I used to look up to. It can be any sign, but it's someone that I used to look up to. Perhaps right now I don't, or I didn't. and maybe this is what I'm trying to figure out with the Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords, because it's based on previous towers. It's based on the time where you felt wounded. Um, but, look at the other side of that. Even though you were wounded, you kept on going. And when you take on that type of energy, like, I'm going to keep moving forward, I'm not going to get stuck in the mud. That's the Fool. And the Fool would 100% reach out and grab that Ace of Wands, which is right below it, right? It's feeding energy is that Ace of Wands. It's like perhaps, here, one time I felt, this beautiful harmonic type energy. And then maybe it was taken away. Because it seems like my joy is now turned upside down. And it is affecting your intuition. It's affecting your decision making. Um, Ultimately you have the choice of doing whatever whatever, it's free will. And the Fool has free will, right? Okay. Let's bring out the Cosmic Tarot. Just saw the Ace of Cups on the bottom there. Give it a couple shuffles. And let's break this down. Let's figure this out. What's interesting too, though, is this Hangman, who is someone who is seeking the wisdom of my decision, right? My choices, that type of thing. Some of you, it may have been a divorce, perhaps, or like cutting of ties. But ultimately, this Hangman feels like he's learning something, and through that, um, perhaps it's like because it's almost like because you know what you're talking about, um, other people see that in you. This could be a person or just people in your life. It can be, where I take that and where I decide to go next with that. Really is unlimited with the Ace of Wands and the Fool as it relates to, let's just say, money and life. Some of you may have moved back to your hometown, and it may have been a while. You may have moved back to, some of you may have moved into your father's house. We have the Hangman. Look at that. So, card of Libra, Justice, has the Hangman on both sides now. So it does feel like purposely, almost like purposely, maybe purposely being shown some remembering hard things. I don't know. It feels like, in a way, it's purpose, but I can misconstrue it and use and feel this energy wrong. Because my intuition feels like, I'm not in that energy of seeing the signs and trusting the signs. Right now I'm just like, ugh. I don't know. I just feel like, what am I cutting out? It's got to be this Nine of Swords. Some of you, I feel like maybe purposely you haven't moved forward in something yet. Maybe purposely you're waiting. And I feel like if that's you, it's because you already know this Nine of Swords exists. You already know that maybe something is coming where there's a decision to be made. So you are looking for clarity or reflection over that Nine of Swords, and I feel like that is like the universe is saying they agree with you. Wow. And then here comes the Sun. Here comes the illumination that I'm seeking within the hangman position is wisdom, right? It's illuminated an illumination over really my life, anything, everything. It's the ability to see clear. I can see clear again, the rain is gone. Princess of Pentacles, perfect person to come over this Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords, because I do feel like divine, the universe, your higher self is agreeing with you. And the illumination, what does that allow you to do? It allows you to learn from this instead of stopping yourself from living type of energy, right? This is about learning. Ultimately, it becomes your wisdom. And that is what you're seeking, the wisdom, or you will be. Some of you, this reading may trigger you to start to go in a different direction, look at life in a different way, so to speak. This Princess of Pentacles, that's weird. She would dissect that tower and figure out what it was and where it came from, and, like, ultimately, I don't know, I just don't think she's someone who's going to take on this sword type energy, because she'd rather know all she can about it, let's put it that way. Strength card. Coming over the reversal of the Three of Cups in your intuition, the Strength card is your inner strength. It is who you are and all that you've been through and all that you've gained. It's all the chances that you took. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to look at all, not just like, my mistakes and all that. I don't want to be in my head. What I want to look at is all the things that I did do, all the chances that I did take. I feel like that's important. Definitely important. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Two of Swords again with the Seven of Cups. It's chaotic energy. It's trying to make a decision in the dark. It sounds like a song. Four of Wands, commitment, ultimate commitment, has victory attached to it, and then the Seven of Swords. So, this Nine of Swords, part of it is due to perhaps trust issues of the past. This is about the past. This isn't about what's coming. And I feel like, even though we know, that if there's trust issues, the chances more there was deep pain with the separation of someone that put me in that energy. Now, this can stem from my whole life, feels this way, but still, I feel like what it's saying is, instead of carrying that energy around, instead of, because I feel like I've got to find the awareness of this Nine of Swords. I know that you can, because the Princess of Pentacles will take that, and she will grow it into something stronger for your foundation, right? It's almost like she's helping to build part of that foundation, and it comes from knowledge, deep knowledge. The sun is illuminating what it is, the wisdom that is here to gain from this situation. No one's saying not difficult. I don't know, I keep on like that. But ultimately, you have the energy of being able to overcome and begin again, begin anew, let's say, free and clear. Okay? So, it's definitely showing you where, let's just say, the shadows lie, that maybe you haven't gone into. There's rooms that you haven't gone into yet to clean, and they're waiting. With the Wheel of Fortune. So, this Ace of Wands is part of your destiny, right? It's the path. First of all, it's where your desires, your passions become ignited. And again, that Fool is looking at that Five of Pentacles face on, um, not to take it on, not to take on the woundedness of the energy, not at all, no, because the Fool won't take on that energy. The Fool is looking bright at one's future, even though, right, even though. But again, it feels like the illumination comes behind this energy, so like it's illuminating the tower, it's illuminating where the break in the foundation was, right, that caused it to break in two. And the Fool does look like he's going back. I can't help but say that. But he's not going back in the same energy that he left. He's just not. And that's probably why this energy is first and feels the strongest. I don't want to say that. It doesn't feel the strongest, but I know that it's here. And I know what it's based on. So therefore, I know what I can look at, then eliminate. Because destiny is upon us, right? The Fool knew the zero, right? Infinity. Infinity. Okay, let's keep going. Let's look at this Emperor. In your love sector, that is in reverse. And by the way, I just want to say, I do feel like, you know, it's all signs, because I feel it's about the Emperor, more about, I used to look up to the Emperor. I had the Emperor's back. I feel like I had their back. But it doesn't feel like, ultimately, I feel like they did. I feel like here is what was. But then what it became. So, I don't know. For some of you, this may be another chance. Let's see. Let's look at the Emperor a little deeper. But he is connected, and he's looking directly at that Four of Wands. And that Four of Wands carries some beautiful energy. You know, the sun is about a rebirth, right? Every day is a new day, right? The sun comes up every day, and it's a rebirth. It's a chance for a rebirth. Five of Pentacles is about change. But it's also about faith. We have the Tower. Okay, well, I'm not surprised. This kind of turned into a love reading. But not really a love reading, it's more about life. I don't know. I mean, the Four of Wands has the sun all around it. And the Hangman, you know, is seeking the wisdom over, right? Maybe because there is a decision I need to make. And I want to make sure that I'm making it from the light, you know. But man, it just seems like the light is here. Okay. With the Two of Cups in reverse, look at that. Reversal or not, it's soulmate energy. So, you know, one time I may have called you my soulmate, but now, you know, or then after the break, you're anything but, right? Because now I'm wounded and I have to carry that energy, and that's where my energy's been. But nonetheless, it is the Two of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords. So, showing up for your own reading again. Also, can be another Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You can see the lovers behind her. So, you know, it's like in my mind, maybe I feel like this person truly was my everything, and maybe it does exist again. You know, because I can't help but see the Fool going back, and I can't help but see destiny be part of that. So I feel like, um, well, it doesn't mean it has to be. It has the potential, let's say, of being, um, but I feel like different, and maybe I have to accept that it's different. Doesn't mean it can't be my everything again. And maybe it is about taking something slow as, as the fool, because, this is some energy that I have to work through. Could be in the other way too. This could be them thinking about you. So, and then look at this. We have the Princess of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Princess of Swords. Some of you, this could be a mother and a daughter. And perhaps, that's part of where, I just want to say, I do feel like for someone, like, you may have a daughter, or let's just say a child, and they may be starting out on their own. Um, because I feel like almost like I'm starting now. I'm like, I don't want to say by myself because I feel fine about it. And I don't mean that, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to start a new future for myself, right? Maybe I'm not, I don't know, I'm not just in that mother mode anymore. So anyway, I just want to say congratulations to both. Hmm. Well, the Queen of Swords is someone, she knows how to use her sword, right? The Princess of Swords is someone who's learning how to use her sword. But she may be more bold, right? She may take more chances with the Princess of Swords than the Queen will, because the Queen may have been there, done that type of thing. Um, but I do feel the Queen of Swords in the upright will see what energy needs to be cut out in her life. Um, you know what I mean? Because why? Because you're air, and you got to be careful that things don't end up in your head and then I make no sense of them. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, here you have the ability to overcome what needs to be overcome, and you're growing from it at the same time. And I feel like, but I got to realize my own power within the strength guard too. I got to realize, that nothing, like, I can change my life at any time, right? Here's the Ace of Wands. I can take that wand and I can take it anywhere I want as a fool. I can take any path I want, but this fool does seem to want to go back. So, whatever that means. And ultimately, you have the Two of Cups. So, you have a soulmate energy. You have the Four of Wands. That tells me that this foundation is strong and, very like-minded energy at the same time. Um, and for those who are like just putting things on hold until the illumination comes to you, it will. Um, but realize too, there's an opportunity to learn from all the swords. The negative energy of the swords. There's opportunity to overcome that with the Strength card. Clearly, this Emperor part of the Tower, someone I used to look up to, they may have thrown a tower at me. Um, that doesn't always mean that we don't come back together. I don't know, but that's got to be up to me. I don't know. This all of a sudden the readings are all turned towards love again. I tried to break them down so we wouldn't do that, but it's where it wants to go. So, you know, my readings, I feel like, do ask you to look at yourself, look at the hard things, the things that you know are keeping you back from taking chances. Riding the wheel of destiny instead of trying to block it. Um, letting these feel like unfortunate lessons become your wisdom and, not your weakness. And, when you feel, and I feel like, when you do that, then your intuition becomes your guiding source again. You feel it again. You feel what is meant. I don't want to say meant to be because it's really up to you, but the potential of what could be. Not if it was down here, though. If I went into a partnership, a relationship, this committed relationship, carrying all this energy of these thoughts, and it's unnecessary. First of all, it's saying the majority of it, the three swords that pierce the heart, yes, they're legit, right? But the rest I kind of I can blow up in my head. And I don't mean the experience of what happened. I mean something where maybe it starts to seep into starts to cause you to have more self-doubt about yourself. Um, so I feel like if I'm going to put it in a lesson format, this is about your ability to truly overcome that. Because I feel like I said in the beginning of the reading, I feel like a congratulations to, remember those times that you took chances, that you rode the wheel. Yes, there's lows, but wow, there was highs too. Um, and I don't know, I just feel like you get to spin it whichever way you want to spin it. But ultimately, no matter which way I go, this energy down here, first of all, I have the opportunity because I feel like the sun um, is coming out to help you to see that. And maybe this reading is part of that. Because ultimately, what it's doing is it's like stealing your joy, stealing your thunder. And you got to find that thunder again within you. Because I do feel like it has affected your um, maybe your belief system about yourself. Um, anyway, anyway, you'll figure that out. I mean, that's what you're great at. You'll figure it out. Um, and I feel like here is the potential of what I feel Four of Wands because it's wrapped around so much beautiful energy, but it's also showing real life, real problems, but real potential. So I feel like the ultimate thing is no matter where I take this wand, the important thing about this reading is being willing, allow myself to get back to the Fool's energy. And that is thinking about today. What's going on today? What am I going to do today? What excitement lies out there for me? You never know what's going to happen in the Fool's energy. Anything can happen in the Fool's energy. I feel like that's magic. Um, anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope that makes sense. It's interesting. I'm noticing all my readings are around the 32, 33 mark for this mid-month. Crazy. Time is fluid. I remember that. Anyways, I'm sure this is going to make sense to most of you. I look forward to your comments to just help myself to get even more clarity. But ultimately, I feel like, are you going to be the fool? um, I hope so. I hope so. I just hope you're taking chances in your life. Doesn't have to be that way. That's the way the fool's looking. It doesn't have to be. I feel like, you can really create whatever you want. So I'm going to leave it there. Again, I love you. I will see you soon. Bye bye.